going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. I'm Jeff.
I'm Justin.
And today we are in Costa Mesa, California. It's a beach city hidden right here in Orange County. It's known for South Coast Plaza, the Orange County Fair, and today we're here at Barley Forge. This brewery has been a favorite of ours for quite a while now. We've really been wanting to visit it, so I'm really excited that we're here today. Justin, are you ready?
Let's go on in, man.
Let's have some beer.
Let's have some beer. Alright guys, time for today's history lesson about Barley Forge Brewing. Alright, so it is founded in Costa Mesa by two people, Greg Nyland and Marianne Frericks. These two people, Greg came from a background of law, actually went to USC Law School, USC Film School, and UCLA. And Marianne has an MFA in art from Michigan. So what do these two people have in common that brought them together for brewing purposes? Well, first of all, they're married, so that's a big giveaway. But second, Greg was a home brewer. He committed his life to his home brewery recipes for many, many years, and after a dozen or so years, he opened Barley Forge Brewing. And this place has just become a giant cathedral for brewery and beer fanatics all over the OC and all across the country, because this place is making some of the best beers, and we're gonna try them right now. Alright guys, first up is the Grandpa Tractor, a 5% Dortmunder style export lager. So lagers, obviously you're thinking your basic beers. 5% though is a pretty weighty guy. So let's try it out. Alright guys, so lagers, obviously you're thinking crisp, clean, refreshing, and that's everything and more. It has a nice little malty presence to it, but it's nothing overwhelming, nothing extreme as far as flavors go. It's just a very light, very drinkable, very easy beer. One of those things you want to have just piling back in the summer. So refreshing, so clean, and just much better than any other lager that you can have from any big box brand. Cheers.
Alright guys, so the first beer I get to try today is El Técnico. It is an amber ale, and it uses agave nectar in the recipe. It's 5.7%, and it includes malts from both the US and the UK. The hop varieties that they use in this beer, Centennial and Cascade, both really solid. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what to expect. I don't think I've ever tried a beer with agave nectar in it, so we'll see how it goes. Cheers. So this thing is packed with delicious malts. I mean, my God, you can taste the freshness of these malts. They really put a lot of work into this. They're not really heavy, they're not overpowering, but they're extremely present. The hops definitely plays a nice little sidekick to those malts by just adding a little bit of bitterness throughout the body. It doesn't stick with you at all. And then that agave nectar, it's nice and sweet. It doesn't turn this into a freakishly sweet beer. I think it combats really well with the hops to where you're getting bitter and sweet kind of like back and forth. It's like a wrestling match in a ring. El Técnico, their picture of this beer is a luchador, so it makes sense. But as for an amber beer, this is fantastic. I love the malts in this. If you're somebody that enjoys malty beers, this is the way to go.
Alright guys, next up is the Nom Nom. A mango Hefeweizen, 5.8%. Love my mango, love those tropical flavors, and Hefeweizens, I'm always on board. Cheers. Okay, you get that turpentine right away off the taste. It just tastes like a face full of mango. Although you get a lot of Hefeweizen, you get the clove, the banana. They use a Bavarian yeast strain, and it brings all that out, and it's just flavorful. It's tasty. It's refreshing. but you're also getting all those great flavors. I would reach for this any summer day, any spring day, any fall day, any winter day, pretty much any day of the week. It's that good.
So the next beer up is called the Orange Curtain. It's 6.2%. It's an IPA, and the reason why it's named the Orange Curtain is actually quite interesting. There is an imaginary line between LA and Orange County. It has to do with kind of the personalities that live there, and once you pass over this imaginary line, you're in a whole different realm. They call that the Orange Curtain. That's where this beer name was inspired by. I love IPAs, I love orange flavors. This has got a huge variety of hops in it, so let's give it a shot. Cheers. Man, the malts are light, but they're still robust in this beer. They play very well with all the hops that's in here. I will tell you that the very end is quite bitter. The good news is it's a pretty solid palate cleanser, and it kind of takes away from the sweetness that you get in the beginning. The beginning is more light malts, sweet orange, like it's almost like an orange juiciness. And then the hops kicks right in, kind of just blasts all that out of the way and finishes you off real nicely. If you're somebody that's not a huge hop head, I probably wouldn't say this is the beer for you. It does come in at 96 IBUs, so it is pretty heavy on the hop profile. But if you like oranges, you're willing to be a little adventurous, I would say this beer is definitely worth a try. All right, so this next beer is called One Louder. It's 8.3%, and it's 111 IBUs. Now the hop varieties that they use in this is going to be Nelson Sauvin and Chinook. The Nelson I've actually used in my own home brews before. It's got a beautiful hazy look. It definitely reminds me of a Northeastern style IPA, but enough talking, more drinking. Cheers. Wow. Ooh. Yeah. All right. So the aroma definitely has that grapefruit aroma. It's light, it's fruity, it's welcoming, super enjoyable. You dig into it, and all of a sudden you're greeted with just like this intense hoppy flavor. I mean, the bitterness is strong. It is strong. But what I will tell you is you're still getting that delicious grapefruit flavor. The Nelson Sauvin, that light, nice white wine kind of flavor kicks in as well. It blends well with the malts. It's kind of like an oxymoron in your mouth. You're getting a super strong hop presence and a super light, gentle, malty presence. It still kind of plays well with each other though. I would say if you're not a hop person, probably not your jam. But for me, I mean, this is right up my alley.
All right, guys, I feel a little bit different. I don't know why. Oh, might be this shirt. It's really awesome. You know you wish you had one. But anyways, our next beer up is the Future Tripping. It's 9.2%, 100 plus IBUs, and this is their tribute to the Amarillo and Simcoe hops. So I can't wait to try this. It's gonna be a delicious hop bomb. Let's see how it goes. Cheers. It's a little bit more boozy, a little bit less bitter. It goes down a lot smoother. You have all those hops, the bitterness. It finishes a lot cleaner, and it's just delicious. It's more refined. It's just something I love. I don't know if it's maybe because I'm used to Amarillo and Simcoe hops more, or what it is, but this is just delicious. It's one of my favorite double IPAs. I'm not afraid to admit it right now. This is just one of the best.
My next beer up is called Wedding Tackle. I think that name's hilarious, just like many of the names here at Barley Forge. But it's a sour. It's a sour, yeah, that's right. I am reviewing a sour ale. I told Justin I gotta do one of these every now and then. It's only fair. I'm gonna be wholeheartedly honest, and I trust Barley Forge made a good sour, so I'm down to try it. This sour ale weighs in at 6.4%. It's only 8 IBUs, which makes my hophead heart so sad. But it is a sour ale, so I mean, it wouldn't make sense anyways. Now, I will tell you one of the really cool things is it's brewed with huckleberries, which, Justin, have you ever had huckleberries? I don't think I've ever had huckleberries before, so that sounds interesting. But then it's also aged in cherry wood. So that actually sounds really delicious. So enough talking. I guess it's time for me to just give this a shot. Cheers. So I'll be honest with you, it's a sour ale. It's not my cup of tea. But let me tell you, as a sour ale, this is fantastic. I mean, you get this delicious, I guess it's the huckleberries. It's definitely a berry flavor, and you're getting a lot of it throughout the body. There's a nice tart finish right at the end. It's smooth, it's still tart, but it finishes really nicely. It doesn't have any of that sour funk that I really am not a fan of. It's just, it's crisp, it's light, it's refreshing. I still have the berry taste in my mouth. I mean, this is definitely not my kind of beer. This is not something that I would necessarily reach for, but damn. I mean, if I had to pick a sour ale to drink, this would definitely be it. I mean, actually now that I'm thinking of it, I probably would drink this at some point. It's really good. Holy crap. I think Barley Forge may have changed me into a sour fan.
Guys, next up is the Don Perfecto. 5.1%, 17 IBUs. It is a wheat beer with horchata flavors. So for those not familiar with what horchata is, it's agua fresca, it's cinnamon, milky, vanilla, all those good flavors into this nice, good, clear beer. I can't wait to try. Okay, it's a wheat beer with everything added on top. You get that good base wheat beer, and then they add in the cinnamon, they add in the vanilla. It doesn't taste like horchata. It's not that at all. But what it is, it's those horchata flavors, the cinnamon, the vanilla, everything thrown into that wheat beer, and it gives us this good life to this beer. It dances across your palate. It's something you want to drink summer days, hot summer days. If you're at the fair, if you're at the pool, this is one of those beers that you want to drink. And the finish is just absolutely amazing. I love the finish, I love the flavor, I love the taste, I love the aroma. I love this beer. Get it. All right guys, next up is Hug Me, a 5% chocolate milk stout. And you know how I love my stouts. This looks like it's gonna be a very, very good one. So if you guys are ready, give me a hug. Hug me. Cheers. Okay, this thing has a good amount of body. It's medium bodied. It has coffee. It has a whole bunch of chocolate. It is a hug on the inside. It just warms you up. It makes you feel good. It's everything you want a stout to be. It is a hug on the inside. That's what it is. It is delicious. I don't know what to tell you besides this is probably one of the finest chocolate milk stouts I've ever had. It's smooth, the velvetyness is good, but it's not overly it's not leaving a coat on my mouth. It's there, but then it's gone. Same with the chocolate notes, same with the coffee notes. Everything is there, it shows up, it's what you want, and then it's gone. It disappears. It is everything you want from a chocolate milk stout. It is so refined, it is so delicious, it is so darn good.
Okay, so the final beer up for me is called the Patsy. It's a coconut rye stout. I freaking love coconut, and I definitely love it in my stouts. This beer in particular is actually on nitro. Nitro is going to make this taste just so much smoother. This beer weighs in at 6.6%. Let's give it a try. Cheers. What I will tell you is this is a very smooth beer. However, my only complaint with it is it doesn't taste like natural coconut. It does have that extract flavor to me. Another thing is there is some bitterness to it. It actually weighs in at 37 IBUs, which isn't like crazy hoppy. It is kind of hoppy for a stout. All that being said, the rye actually mixes really well with the coconut flavor. Oh, it's still recording. Alright guys, so Justin just handed me the Patsy without the nitro, and believe it or not, I actually enjoy it more. The coconut actually tastes natural in this. I could have sworn it was an extract, but here I'm definitely getting like natural coconut flavors out of it. Maybe it just isn't meant to be on nitro. It's actually much better without it. And the malts definitely have a much better presence as well.
Alright guys, last up, 11%, 24 IBUs. The star, probably, of this show is called the Black Dahlia. It's a Belgian-style dark ale, and it is just an homage to the smoky underbelly of Los Angeles in the 30s and 40s, and they made this 11% monster, and I can't wait to try it. Cheers. Wow. This beer has all the complexity of a great cognac or a great whiskey. It's deep, it's rich, it's malty, it tastes like a dream. It tastes like a smoky, amazing dream. It is amazing. It's a Belgian-style dark ale, so it looks like a porter, but it's not. It's an ale. It's dark, it's rich, it's complex. It has everything that you want a great beer to be, and I can see why they've done different variations on this. They do ones in cognac and bourbon and rye barrels. And this thing is just something that will win many, many awards. And it has. Believe me that this thing is one of the things that Barley Forge will be known for, and it is delicious, it is rich, it's just the right amount of booziness, it's just the right amount of everything. It is delicious. It is almost a perfect beer. I don't want to say it's a perfect beer because I don't know what perfection is, but this might be it. That's how good this is.
So I just tried Black Dahlia. Damn. This is delicious. As Justin said, it's like sipping on a fine cognac or a really classy, well-aged glass of wine. I mean, this is the classiest beer probably I've ever had.
If you had a big snifter of this, I can relax with that all night long. It is that good. It is
one of them. Just one. Just one. You'd want more, but only one, alright? Alright guys, so Justin and I just finished trying all the beers here at Barley Forge in Costa Mesa. Now the real question is which ones were our favorites? So I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Justin.
How do you pick your favorite child? Before we even get started in my favorite beers, let me tell you about just how amazing this brewery is. From the artwork on the bottles to the fantastic attitude of the owners, Greg and Marianne, who have treated us like their own family and treated everyone that's here like their own family. It is an amazing place to visit, and if you don't come here, if you're even within 50 miles of the area, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. That being said, let me get to my favorite beers because there's too many here. I could say the Mango Nom Nom, which is delicious, the Grandpa Tractor, which is amazing. I could say, I don't know, the Patsy, just the regular Patsy, is just delicious coconutty goodness. But my favorite has to be the Black Dahlia. It's strong, it's boozy, it's great, it's everything that a whiskey or a cognac or just anyone that loves fine whiskey or liquor or fine beer or anything. If you love fine alcohol, this is one of those things that you just absolutely have to have. It is so refined, so delicious, so rich, so velvety, so good. Jeff, I know it's just as hard for you to probably decide, but what was your favorite?
Alright, so It's really hard to pick a favorite at Barley Forge. To be honest, just about every beer we tried was absolutely delicious in their own special way. I mean, the El Tecnico was an amber ale with agave. I don't think I've ever had agave in a beer before. And then you sit there and you say, well, what about Wedding Tackle? I'm not even a sour fan, and that beer was delicious. So then the real question is how do you pick a favorite when every beer is your favorite? Well, I told Justin, I was like, you know what, if I gotta pick a favorite, it's gonna be the beer that I order next.
And which did you order?
And the beer I ordered next is One Louder. I'm a huge fan of these hazy style IPAs. The fruity tropical aromas off this beer are fantastic. It's super bitter, but got a nice solid body to it. The malts are there, but the hops are the star. And I would say I'm a hophead through and through. This is right up my alley. It's fantastic beer, but to be honest, it was not an easy decision.
Bottom line here, if you're having a beer here at Barley Forge in Costa Mesa, California, you can't go wrong.
You have to try them all. That's the only option. Try them all first, so then you can do the same battle that we did and pick your favorite. All right, guys, we're here with Greg. He's the owner of Barley Forge Brewing. He's just gonna give us a quick little tour of their setup here.
It's our original, our brewing system. Originally came from Michigan, from a place called Big Buck, which is like quarter beers in the Midwest. And it's JV Northwest, really high quality. It's a 3-vessel system. My wife Marianne is, co-founder. She's from Michigan, and we actually had beer on the system when it was in its original spot, which is kind of cool. Wow. And originally came with 7 30-barrel fermenters, which are over there. And it has a dedicated hot and cold liquor tank, so we don't have to use the boil kettle to heat up our hot liquor, which means we can double batch. So this system is set up to double batch. So we usually do 30 barrels at a time in about 10 hours. These are the 2 brights that came with it originally. We just added these 2 60-barrel brights. We also, this year, got our new bottling machine, which is a great Prospero.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
50 bottles a minute. We have a dedicated bottling room, which is a nice luxury. And our 3-head kick washer. We bought a 3-head so that we wouldn't have to get one for a while, hopefully. And
I just want to point out, I love that you have a bottle tree up there. Actually have quite a big here.
And we have a thing called Brewer's Dashboard in the wall, which lets us control the fermenters with anything with an internet connection. And then
this is where it all begins.
That's where it all begins. We still do pilot batches, and the staff brew on it, occasionally. And I did a Irish red ale with smoked cherry malt and aged in some cherry wood for St. Patrick's Day. So I still brew it on occasion.
That is so cool.
And then 4 more 60s, or 60-barrel fermenters. We also have a 30-barrel bright, which we haven't hooked up yet, but we just got for our first fooder, which is back there. That has 30 barrels of saison that's aging on a red blend that we spent a year experimenting with to find the right blend.
Wow.
And that's been in there about 4 months now. Rather than doing individual barrels, we're doing it the Belgian way with, a fooder.
Yeah.
And it reduces oxidation, and it means that you're, putting all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. But hopefully after that, we'll get another 30-barrel fooder and maybe do Flemish red, something like that. But by having a dedicated bright, we don't have to worry about it affecting the rest of the system.
Exactly.
And we have our old 4-head Maheen bottling machine that we kept. So we're going to bottle our wild beers on that, so that it'll be its own.
It doesn't.
universe.
Yeah, it's completely separate. Doesn't
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah. We're brewing all the time. I mean, we have Scrabble, our distributor in Orange County. And in LA, we have Beauchamp from Topanga, where we used to live, all the way down to South Bay. And then Classic picks up on the east side of Beauchamp and goes all the way out to Pomona. We are hopefully closing a deal this week on distribution in San Diego, so we won't have to self-distribute down there anymore. And we're working on, right now we're self-distributing in the IE and also Long Beach area, the little triangle that's left over. So we're working on that, but and the San Fernando Valley. But we have, we have a dedicated rep up in LA. We have one in Orange County. We're going to be getting one in San Diego. We're also looking at distribution in Arizona and points beyond. So.
Wow. How many beers are you normally brewing at one time?
Well, we can have most of the tanks are full at any given point in time. So we have 11 fermenters, 4 which are 60s. The rest are 30s. We have space for another, and we also have the 30 barrels of the saison. But we have space for another 60 where those boxes are. But so we could max out at about 10,000 barrels a year in this facility.
That's awesome.
Especially once we get the other 60 in place. We started with 6 packs from day one, not 22s. 22s are dead, and it was a good thing to do because it helped us get our brand out there. It helped us get distribution. All that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. Well, great. Thank you so much for the tour.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. That is going to do it here at Barley Forge in Costa Mesa, California. Man, what a great experience. These were fantastic beers, but I will tell you the best part about being at this brewery was the actual people that worked here. Marianne, Greg, you guys are awesome. And you really, really stand up for the beer that you represent. We enjoyed every moment of being here. If you ever get a chance, come to Barley Forge Brewery in Costa Mesa. You won't regret it. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like this video. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you enjoy it so we can post more episodes like this. Make sure you share with your friends so we can get the word out, share great beer with great people. And then if you really want to be a part of this movement, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. You'll get every episode as soon as it comes out. I'm Jeff.
I'm Justin.
And we'll see you next time on Let's Have Some Beer.